Hello, rolling through February. So I forgot to wish you happy Valentine's Day last Sunday for Tuesday that we've already passed now, but hope you got some love expressed to you and hope you have expressed love to others. And you know I love all of you, and thank you for all your wonderful comments and kindness. And that's all I wanted to say. So here we are, just seriously, I can't believe we're moving through winter so quickly. And on the East Coast, at least, we've had a very mild one. I know some of you that are all over the country have had it rougher than we have. And we send prayers out every time when these storms come and everything. So we do think about you all and pray for you all. Okay, so we are going to go into, Ben's sitting here today. You can't see him. Let me move. There he is. Ben. And Ben. Say hello. Hello. He's cuddling up to Mama today. All right. We haven't done some of these in a while. This is Megan Watterson's The Divine Feminine Oracle. It's got all the beautiful goddesses. And I even love the back picture. Look at how beautiful that design is. Bright orange. It's just like a droplet of energy. All right. So, what do we need for this upcoming week? Oh, I don't know this one. Rita of Cassia, the patroness of impossible causes. So she sounds very much like in the Catholic tradition, St. Jude, because I used to pray to St. Jude. I was a wild child in my teens, and I used to pray to St. Jude all the time. Just get me out of this situation. He was for impossible cases too. And he also, I remember doing novenas back then. You know, people getting in trouble that I knew, me being a bystander. I won't say an innocent one, but a bystander. Hanging out with the bad boys and them getting in trouble. So me and St. Jude became very good friends. I still pray to him. So this says, I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibilities. Isn't that awesome? And what I love is all the orange light coming from her heart. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, let's see what this has to say. That's what I'm talking about. A nice, I forget what you call it, in the beginning, where it's the index, where it tells you what page things are on. You know that bugs me, you guys. So thank you, Megan, that this is nice and organized. All right. It says, when your soul selects her card, despite popular beliefs, Saint Rita isn't about suffering or martyrdom. Not in this context. Here she is about the miracles that happen when we choose to be steadfast about something or someone. This does not mean remaining in a situation that is harmful to us. It means knowing that we can believe anything is possible and that everyone is ultimately forgivable. Because forgiveness isn't about someone else, it's about freeing ourselves. How many times have I said that? You know, the forgiveness thing's a big one with me. We might have to draw fierce boundaries and possibly never see the person again. Yeah, I think that is, people get confused that just because we forgive somebody doesn't mean we want to hang out with them, right? But we can pray from any distance that a light larger than our own transforms them, that a love that's greater than what we alone can hold and have for them might offer them a new life. Saint Rita is asking us foremost to never give up on what we want for ourselves. And she's suggesting that the path to what we desire is in our belief that is still possible. We might not know how or when things will align for us, but we can participate in a deep prayer. A bone trust? Huh, never heard of that. A bone trust that at some point what we most desire will arrive. And the question is, what do I believe is possible for my life? Intention, I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. I love that as an affirmation. I'm going to use that. So, this week, who do we need to forgive? What do we need to move beyond? What are we asking for? Let's get clear this week. Next one is The Enchanted Map by Colette Byron Reed. I really like, I know she got a million decks and I have them just about all, but I like this particular deck. So what are we showing for everyone this week? Ooh, the Golden Palace. That's an awesome one. So there's that beautiful palace overlooking the land. No one can get to it because of where it is. That's what I see when I see it. It's like isolated and all by itself, yet it can see, if you're in that castle, you can see all the way around if anybody's coming, if somebody's trying to attack you or whatever. So let's see what this says. The golden, it says there is always enough. The Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth, and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that's long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does not indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to even greater riches now. Share the wealth. And I love that because we always think of gold as climbing to the top here. And to me, it's also gratitude, you know. What do you think is gold in your life? Maybe you think gold is the friendships you have or your health or whatever. But this is beautiful, beautiful card. All right, the Soul's Journey lesson cards, James Van Praagh. Can I just say how much I love James Van Praagh? If you don't know him, look him up online. He's amazing. And yes, he's a medium and a channel, but you know what? More importantly, he is a healer of the truest kind. This man is amazing. And I've seen his work. I've seen him in a group. Amazing, the healing he brings to people. All right, these are pretty too, the back side of this, little mandalas. So let's see, what does James Van Praagh and his guides want to tell us for the up and coming week? Ooh, boy, do we need this. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Uh-oh, I feel like they're talking to me. I've been slacking off a little bit. How about you? It's like yesterday, it was cold out. I didn't want to go walking, so I didn't go. So today, out there. All right, let's see. Discipline. Your soul has a goal, but it has also chosen to incarnate in a world of distractions. Earth is a dimension of obstacles and challenges, but you have been given discipline as your birthright. Boy, I think we know it's a place of obstacles and challenges. If you don't know by now, then you're the 1%er that's very lucky. It is time to remind yourself what your soul has come to this planet to learn. This is a great opportunity to reevaluate your priorities and go about your daily tasks with a new system of managing your life instead of being the passive recipient of whatever comes your way. Now, I just wrote a blog about that last Sunday, if you remember, that you have to choose. You're not going to wait and take the leftovers, right? Distractions can even easily get us off the work of our soul. And if we give into this apathetic impulse, we can miss many well-placed and pre-planned teachings needed for our inherent growth. Learn that the satisfaction of a task completed is more emotionally rewarding than a task delayed. Totally, right? Because we stick all those Post-its in our brain, and if we don't get to it, we beat ourselves up, we put it on the list for the next day or the next week, and it just keeps recycling. So I know as a Virgo, and you fellow Virgos out there love to cross things off your list, and I have at least 3 going every day. The one online, the note, stick 'em, and the journal. They just roll over. So what are you willing this week to kick it up a notch to be disciplined? What are you willing to do? Think about it. Okay. And it's funny because we can be very disciplined in one area of our life. I'm very disciplined with my work. But let's talk about sticking to a food plan for more than 6 weeks. Or let's talk about exercising and keeping it going with no, letting it go. All right, so now we have the Divine Dog Wisdom cards. I love this. All right. And even the back side of these are really cute. Oh, acceptance, loving what is. It's so cute. It's funny, I was writing in my journal last night a little bit about acceptance, and that, we're always trying to change something. We're trying to change the way we look, the way we present ourselves, how people see us. We're always trying to change something. And we just need to know that God made us this way. And this is who we are. Why can't we accept things? Well, with everything going on in the world right now, it's not an easy time. And it's not easy to just accept it, because people think if I accept it, then that's the message I'm putting out, that that's what I want more of. No, not so. So we have to be in a place of acceptance before we can change anything. I can't tell you the amount of people that have told me along the way, trainers, coaches, that you have to accept yourself, like me with my body. If you accept your body the way it is, then you can start releasing the weight. If you're fighting against it, it's never going to happen. So let's see what acceptance says in here. What it means if you fetched this card today. When you fetch this card, it means you're standing at a crossroad between accepting what is and resisting it. Your nose is telling you one thing, leading you down one path, and nature is telling you to stop and look at reality. Where in relationships, creative endeavor, business, or other areas of life are you not only failing to accept the situation on its own terms, but also denying that those terms have any business in your own backyard? Often your ears are cocked, it's the dog here, as you try to ready yourself to respond or react to what you think or imagine a problem to be. You've identified the perpetrator or cause of your unhappiness or lack at being outside yourself without examining your thinking or questioning whether your way of looking at the situation is the only way. Once you've made up your mind that someone or the world is out to get you, you not only suffer, you lose the power and freedom to make choices that might lead you out of the hole you've been digging yourself into by thinking you're right and justified. Now is a good time to ask yourself these questions. Am I right or justified? Oops, sorry, I forgot to take that off. In my view of the situation, can I know I'm right beyond a shadow of a doubt? What do I do to myself and others when I believe I'm right? What could happen if I didn't insist I was right? Is there even a shred of evidence that I could be wrong? Through this kind of inquiry into yourself, you can gain greater perspective and eventually acceptance. It's important to remember that acceptance is not the same thing as resignation or giving up. That's a great point. I think a lot of people think that. It's about marking new territory where you have the freedom to move once you read the signs and realize that they're there to stay. And when you're when you're really free to respond to reality instead of your judgment about it, you may even find yourself loving what is. Another bone to chew on, more questions to ask. How does this card apply to me in my life right now? How is my point of view holding me back and apart from my pack, in which there are ways that don't benefit me? What's really true, and what am I making up in my mind? What would happen if I didn't have this point of view or belief? Ultimate freedom for you may lie in this inquiry. Curl up, take a deeper look, and journal on it. Oh, that sounds like a great idea. I'm sure there's something in everybody's life that we don't wish to accept or that we're having a hard time with. All right, and we haven't used the dragons for a while. Dragon Oracle cards by Deanna Cooper. Powerful. We had a lot of orange, a lot of sacral chakra. All right, and again, the back sides of these cards are just beautiful. All right, what is the final card for this where are these all bent? For this up and coming week? Earth and Air Dragon represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth. Stay balanced, ground your visions, manifest your hopes and dreams. Beautiful. Another great one with an index. Thank you. Guidance. This card indicates that it's time to clarify your hopes and intentions. Ask the brown and blue earth and air dragons to illuminate your vision. Then ask them to help you take all the action necessary to bring those visions into physical reality. This will re-energize your life. These dragons also offer you assistance in rising above your challenges while remaining grounded in the beautiful vibration of Earth. They enable you to find the perfect balance so that your life can truly flow with grace and ease. So call on them now and ask them to help you understand the purpose of your life lesson and see the highest good in all people and situations. As you see the lessons presented to you on your ascension pathway from a new perspective, your life will be filled with joy and purpose. Let the earth and air dragons breathe their life force into each of your 12 chakras and bring them into balance and harmony. I love the idea about the air dragons breathing into those chakras. Relax as they do this, and you will have a new sense of calm and equilibrium as you walk your divine path. Wow, like that. So it looks like this week, you know, the Rita of Cassia, the patron patroness of impossible causes. It may not be for you. It may be somebody you know that needs it, or maybe it's the world or a condition in the world. And then knowing that we're grateful with the golden palace here for everything in our lives. Get stricter with yourself and make a commitment for some kind of discipline. Kick it up a notch. And then accepting some area of your life that's been hard for you to accept, and then let the earth and air dragons, especially the air dragons, breathe life force into your chakras and bring you into balance this week. So I wanted to talk to you about something I saw somewhere. I don't know if it was on TV or a movie or something, but I loved it. It was talking about, well, first of all, we have so many people that have been struggling with balance right now, you know, mental health and balance. And gosh, it's such a hard time that people are just totally overloaded and watching what's going on in the world and all of that. Very difficult time. And it was a psychologist that said, when you feel like you're so depressed and so down and out, imagine a pyramid with 3 tiers. The bottom tier is your body. The middle tier is, relationships, or people. And the top tier is yourself. And his whole concept is that when you feel like, when you feel like you can't do anything, or you're just so depressed, you're like crippled by it, you have to pay attention to your life force first. And what he said was, this life force, it's imperative that you take a step in that direction. So even though you may be sitting on the couch and you're so depressed you don't feel like doing anything, the body piece is the piece you go first. And that's like trying to do a little exercise. And it's not so much as measuring it like, this person's running 5 miles a day or walking 5 miles and I'm walking to the mailbox and back. It doesn't matter. That you need to be in a place where you can say, okay, I'm going to do what I can do to take action to get more life force. And we know that when you do something like that, you do get more life force. That it feels better, you feel better once you get moving. How many times you don't want to go to the gym and you drag yourself there, but once you're there and you get moving, you know, the gym isn't my thing, but I like to be outside, but, you know, or Zumbaing, yeah. If there's a Zumba class, then I'm at the gym. But anyways, looking at the little things you can string together to help you. So maybe one day it's you getting out of bed and, you know, walking downstairs, doing a little something, loading the dishwasher, whatever it is for you to get your life force moving, because we know the life force will help you. It's like you're connecting things. Once you do that, then you're like, well, maybe I can go downstairs and throw some laundry in. Okay, then I do that. What can I do today? Well, maybe I can go grocery shopping. Whatever it is, you're tying these little pieces together to get more life force in your body. The second thing has to do with relationships. So people, okay? It's always better to be around someone. Even if it's not your favorite person, and somebody asks you to go out to lunch and you've been depressed, just getting out and being around people can really help. So, you know, you want to be in that place where you're showing up for yourself that says, you know what, especially if you live alone, if you're living alone and you're depressed, it's harder, right? You want to be in the place that says, you know what, okay, I can take a deep breath, I can move beyond this, I can feel safe in my own little corner of the world with people around me. Or even you going to a Dunkin' Donuts, well, that's us on the East Coast, or Starbucks or whatever, a coffee shop. And even if you just sit there and people watch, you will feel better after getting out a little bit. At first, if you're home for a long time, it may be a little scary, just like with COVID and all of that stuff before the shutdowns. But then once you get out, you start to feel better. And the top one is having a relationship with yourself. What kind of relationship do you have with yourself? You know, can you cut yourself some slack? Can you say, I'm doing the best I'm doing? Can you sit with yourself, meditate? Whatever you have to do that creates a stronger relationship with yourself is going to give you more life force. So all three of these pieces on the pyramid will bring more life force in. And when you have more life force flowing, it's going to be a better day than the day before. And if you keep going and add a little bit more, you're going to see that that helps tremendously. So that's it. That's all I got for you for today. Many blessings to all of you, and make it a fabulous week because you're all fabulous. Mwah.